Good gray morning, everybody. So we are back to core for Wednesday. As you guys know, as I'm sure I've mentioned before, core muscles super adaptable. So really important that we don't just stick with our tried and true exercises. So keep throwing those in every now and again. Sometimes good to just mix it up, find something that's a little uncomfortable, and see if you can just build some new strength in that core, right? So we talk core, we're talking front and back, so make sure those lower back stay safe. Create some intra-abdominal pressure, right? Like a little airbag that sits down here that keeps that spine nice and safe, especially in that lower back. If you feel anything in your lower back, just switch out the exercise and work on that stabilization, and we'll go from there. All right, so we're going to keep in the vein of working on sections of the of the Turkish get-up. So I'm going to start with one foot forward, other foot back. The weight or the dumbbell is going to be in the same side as the bent knee. So you could do this with a band, right? A band looped between here and here. It'll be a different connection, right? Maybe have the band run off the outside so that you have something that's going to you have to pull down against. Going to set the shoulder back and down. Keep the back glute squeezed so this hip stays active. You're going to reach to the side and then squeeze back up. It's not a huge movement, but if everything else is locked into place and you have relatively little movement in the lower body, like here down, then you're really going to find that connection on this side as it pulls you up, and really think about using this side like a little crunch on this side to pull you down. So you don't really want to push up off the floor. If it's okay on your neck, keep an eye on that weight. It'll help you keep that shoulder down. And try and keep the arm mostly straight. And then once you come up, really think about connecting here and resetting. So same thing on the second side. I've noticed that there's the big difference. Some of that's a mobility difference, kind of a range of motion thing on both sides, right? Set the shoulder, lock it down, reach over, and squeeze back up. So contracting here to reach, and then here to pull yourself up. Back glute stays squeezed. Front knee stays relatively still. Trying to keep that arm straight and the shoulder blade locked down. So as you're probably getting a sense, the Turkish get-up super complicated, and that there's a ton of different core stuff going on when you put the whole move together. So we're just sort of breaking it apart. Lots of good work here on that section of the Turkish get-up. All right, so the next one we're going to do is a band pull through. So you can do this with a dumbbell. You can do it. You want to stay pretty light. Just keep the shoulders safe. Doesn't take much to find that connection. You can absolutely do this without weight as well. So we're going to set up in a side plank. So elbow slightly more underneath the shoulder than you think you're going to want it, so that when you push up, it actually ends up stacked underneath the shoulder. Hip bone in line with the elbow, and then feet in line with the knees, in line with the hips. You've got one nice straight line behind you, or setting up in that side plank. You're going to push up into the side plank, get that shoulder back and down. You're going to start with the weight out in front, reach up, and then scoop under. As you scoop under, that top hip gently rotates to the side, and you push through till you feel that connection on the obliques on the underside. Reset the shoulder at the top, reach those hips back up, squeeze under, pull back through. Gets pretty tough. I would do 8 to 10 on each side, depends on how much tension you have. You shouldn't feel anything on that shoulder that you're resting on, right? You should be thinking about keeping the hips lifted so we take that pressure off the shoulder. And push down to the outside of those feet behind you. I'm not going to do the other side because that'd be a strange angle for the camera. All right, so next exercise we're going to do is a sit-up with the weight over our chest. So again, working on that shoulder as a sort of core connection. So find the weight that's right for you. If you don't have enough weight, right, the way you can make it feel like more weight is if you really squeeze into the sides of whatever you're holding, whether it's a med ball, dumbbell, even nothing. If you keep your hands pressed together, right, and those shoulders back and down, you'll have the sense that there's weight that you're lifting. It's gonna trick your body. All right, so keeping those shoulders back and down. We're gonna tuck the chin, curl up, sit up, reset the shoulders, retuck the chin, uncurl. Tucking, reaching up and out, and then shoulders coming back and down, low body lowering back and down. So as I come down, that belly button shifts back and up, and you want to stay connected all the way up, but especially on the way down, right? Don't let gravity do the work for you. If you're fighting gravity, then you're getting more work done in those abdominals. All right, last but not least, we're going to do a shoulder tap. So nothing particularly fancy about this one, but in order to make it real work, we've got to keep that hip shift, side to side hip shift to a minimum, and we've got to take it slow. The faster you go, the less connection you're going to make. So maximum connection, a little bit of discomfort, a little bit of abdominal awareness, right? You're going to want to set your feet a little bit wider than you might usually so that you have enough stability and balance. You're going to put some air in that lower back belly region, and you're just going to tap the shoulder, come back down. I find it easier to sort of reset each time I come back to the middle. So each time I come back to the middle, I'm screwing my hands into the floor, right, locking in my shoulder blades, putting some air here and here, sort of keeping some connection all the way through, so my spine's supported. And then I'm tapping opposite hand, opposite shoulder, nice and slow, super deliberately, right? And trying not to let the hips move. So it shouldn't be this, right? We shouldn't be, totally defeats the purpose. Feet wide, core braced, slow, steady movement. All right, guys, have a good one. We'll be searching for sunshine today, but it's out there somewhere. Hope everybody's well.